All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Joseph Oyebola, and this morning I'll be talking about planning an agile product. So, in this presentation, we will discuss what it takes to successfully plan an agile product and how agile team interpret products to vision, into roadmap, release plan, and product backlog, which are full of estimable, bite-sized user story. So first off, what is an agile product? A product is a vehicle to deliver value. It has a clear boundary, known stakeholders, well-defined users or customers. A product could be a service, a physical product, or something more abstract. So of course, a product could also be a digital product. So let's move on. Now, what is a product vision? Um, is a future state or the purpose that we seek to achieve. You know, vision is nothing but where we want to go with the product we are building. Now, let's take for they define their vision by saying, our vision is to be the earth's most customer-centric company, to build a place where people can discover anything they might want to buy online. When Jeff and the team were, coming up with this vision, they don't already have this product. I mean, it was a future state of what they wish to achieve. It's like them, you know, emphasizing on what they wish to become. And if fast forward 2022, if we look at Amazon, it is safe to say that this company are living their vision because if you go online on Amazon, I kid you not, whatever it is you want to get, of course, you definitely get it. So, I mean, we can also say that Amazon has recorded a successful vision because vision also failed. Now, why is vision so important? Number one here says vision motivates the team and stakeholders. So when you have a set down vision, it motivates the team because they understand what the organization seek to achieve, right? They know what they intend to achieve, what they should do on a daily basis. So the vision guides them. It guides the team to do what they are meant to do every day. And it also guides the stakeholders to take for important decision making. Secondly, vision improves your strategic decision making. Vision serves as a guide. So when you have a vision for your product, it guides and improves your strategic decision making. Number three here says vision helps the team to lean towards informed direction. Of course, this can be overemphasized. I think we've talked about this earlier. So now there are ways to create product vision. So how to create a product vision? To create a product vision, a stakeholder analysis will be carried out. This exercise is to identify the stakeholders who have a say in creating the product. Now, it is said here that nobody should be missing while identifying the stakeholders. This is to ensure that a unanimous shared vision is created. You know, we talk about carried out when creating a product vision. What does this mean? Everyone that is supposed to be on that table of creating the product vision, the people that are very important to that product. Of course, we are looking at the product owner. We are looking at key stakeholders, people that have vested interest in such product. They have to be on the table to on the analysis meeting to ensure that they have a successful vision created for the product. So the product owner leads the session when creating the product vision. It is said that it is the duty of the product owner to provide expected outcome of the meeting. So he shared the expected outcome. What do we intend to achieve with this meeting of creating a product vision? The product owner already knows this, but he shares the idea with the entire stakeholders he or she has invited to, to be in the strategy session. So the product owner lets everyone in the meeting know that this is a collaborative session. It is a collaborative session to agree on a shared vision for the product. So it facilitates the session and it provides outline for the expected outcome of the meeting. So the product owner invites everyone to write a simple statement around the motivation to work on the product. Afterwards, he compare and contrast and finally combine them into one final vision statement that everyone can agree upon. So after this exercise, the product owner is regarded as the vision keeper. So that is how to create a product vision. So next, we talk about how to document our product vision. To document our product vision, we use a tool called Vision Board to document the shared vision. So I here, recommend Roma Pichler Agile Vision Board. So you can use this to capture your vision board. So your vision rather, your product vision. So what you have there is you're talking about your target group, the needs, what need is this product serving, what solution is it bringing to the marketplace, and what are the products, and what are the business goals. So that is that for product vision. So how to document the product vision rather. So we move ahead to the next topic here. What is a product roadmap? The roadmap is the guiding strategic document that works the plan for executing product strategy. The strategy that we use to decide the direction we take to do necessary work required to reach our product vision, creating features and achieving checkpoints along the way, and also confirming that we are on track to building the right product. So the product roadmap basically is a vision map that helps you to reach the final destination, that is the vision for the product you are trying to create or build. So what do we use a roadmap for? Number one, we use product roadmap to communicate product direction and progress to both internal and external stakeholders. So when building a product, we should have a product roadmap, and our product building should also have a direction. So when we have a direction, we can also measure progress. So we use the product roadmap to communicate direction and progress, of course, to internal and external stakeholders. Secondly, product roadmap helps us to communicate the big picture of how the product impacts business objective. Then thirdly, product roadmap allows product team to access new requests for functionality. Next, what makes a product roadmap successful? For a product roadmap to be termed successful, we have three acceptance criteria that serve as yardstick for product roadmap to be called successful. They are as follows. Number one, sound product strategy. This is a specific path that the product team choose to take to arrive at the final destination. Of course, there's always a lay down strategy to use by every company. Okay, so how do we intend to build this product successfully? How do we intend to arrive at the final destination of this product we are building? So the team choose, a particular strategy to arrive at their final destination. So to create a product strategy, the below question needs to be asked and answered appropriately. Number one, what are the business goals and what is the metrics for measuring success? Of course, we need to have the big picture before us. What goal do we intend to achieve and how do we measure success? What are the yardstick? What are the metrics, for measuring success? Secondly, who is the target customer? You don't build a product and start looking for a customer. There is a problem you are trying to create a solution for. So these are your target customer. Who have these problems? What do they need? That is how you come about your product, right? So you first of all ask a question, who are the target customer? What are their needs and how do we satisfy these needs? Thirdly, who is your competition? For every product, regardless of how unique it is, there is always a competition out there. So you want to know who is your competition and what differentiates your product from theirs. What is your product's unique selling point, right? So secondly, for a roadmap to be successful, we need support from key stakeholders. Every stakeholders need to come with their houses of support to ensure that we have a successful product roadmap. And number three, we need a realistic deadline. We need a realistic deadline. For every product, for every project build, we should also always know that there should be a realistic deadline. There should be a start, there should be a beginning, and there should be an ending of that product. Now we go to release plan. A release is a moment in time when we go to the market because we believe that we are releasing what will attract sales. And the best time for organization to release product into the market is when business requirements require multiple sprints or multiple iteration of value delivery. So what then is a release plan? A release plan is a tactical document designed to capture and track the features planned for an upcoming release. A release plan usually span only a few months and is typically an internal working document for product development team. So what are the benefits of release plan? Number one, the most crucial benefit of release planning is to define what is releasable. So when you are putting together your release plan, the first thing you want to consider is what is releasable. If you are building a product, you look at your sprint. What is the first thing you are supposed to release from all your features? So here prioritization comes in. You look at what the customer needs at the moment and you release it. So release planning exercise is an opportunity to have conversation around what makes a minimum viable product or what are the minimum release features for the upcoming release. So you might want to ask, what is a minimum viable product? A minimum viable product or an MVP is a product with enough features to attract early adopters, customers, and validate a product idea early in the product development cycle. Secondly, it provides opportunity for the development team to set expectation with the business in terms of what is likely to be delivered and how long it might take. Thirdly, it helps to reveal hidden complexity as it relates with the project. So there are also requirements for release planning. The following are the prerequisites for release planning. Number one, product backlog. So product backlog are the list of features for functionalities that are selected by the business stakeholders to be worked upon by the team. Prioritize backlog. This is the ordering priority at which the backlog will be delivered. Then the team inputs. These are the input from the development teams, input about available infrastructure and technical challenges, along with the information about the team's availability, capacity, and historical velocity to deliver the items in the backlog. So number four, we come to product backlog. What is product backlog? A product backlog is a list of everything that needs to be done as part of the product. The product backlog is a simple source of things that the development team works upon. So the idea of the product backlog is this: every features, every functionalities that we want to see in our product is being recorded in the product. This means that anything that is not found in the product backlog, it's not going to be executed. If it is not in the product backlog, it is not getting done. So what do we have in the product backlog? So we have, if it's a new product, we have the list of features to be built for the product. We have the functional requirements and we have the non-functional requirements. If it is an existing product, we have enhancement requests. For instance, an example of enhancement request is a product has a landing page, of course, and now we are looking at it. This is 2022. We want to, create a new landing page, you know, a 2022 centric landing page, a 21st century landing page that people would see and say, okay, this has an updated feature. So that is an example of an enhancement request. Bug fixes, of course, bug will always affect products and you need to fix them. Then infrastructure changes. So product backlog creation exercise. So who participates in the initial product backlog creation? The answer is business and IT professionals. They participate in the creation of the product backlog exercise. So from the business side, we usually have the product owner or the project product manager and all the key stakeholders who have vested interest and can be affected by the product operations and future performance. From the IT side, we have members of the development teams. They provide technical insights in terms of what is required to create the features and functionalities to bring the product to life. How to create a product backlog. So this is how to create a product backlog. We start with the initial listing of the high-level features captured in the product roadmap. So we invite everyone to brainstorm additional feature, functions, and requirements that needs to be part of the product. So the purpose of the product backlog is to generate many user stories as much as we can. So user stories talks about the features that the users would really want to see in the product. So what are the tools for creating and managing product backlog? Number one, we have Jira, we have Trello, we have Microsoft Planner. So these are not exhaustible. These are just for the purpose of this presentation. And finally, we have user stories. What is a user story? A user story is a chunk of functionality that is of value to the customer. According to Atlassian, a user story is an informal, general explanation of a software feature written from the perspective of the end user or customer. So the purpose of the user story is to articulate how a piece of work will deliver a particular value back to the customer. So when we look at the user story is customer centric. It's all about the customer. Customer is placed on premium here. We are considering them when writing our user story, because when we are creating our product, the end user, the customer, is who we have at the back of our mind. How to write a user story. So there is a template for writing a user story. So user story usually come in the below template. So you say, for instance, as a dash, I want dash, so that. Okay, now let's use a traveling porter as an example. Okay, because there's even an example here. So, for example, as a traveler, I want to be able to book for a hotel room so that I can get checked in immediately I arrive. So what this user story is saying is this: a traveler has, the intention to move from point A to point B, and when he or she gets to point B, before this person leaves point A to point B, he or she needs to have booked a hotel online using a booking platform to ensure that when he or she arrives his or her destination, he or she can check into the hotel without having any hassle. So the user story goes towards, I'm able to book for a hotel room so that I can get checked in immediately. So this is how a user story is written. So it should be written in a very clear manner so that the development team can understand what we are trying to build in the product. Thank you. We have come to the end of the presentation. So I will obviously be waiting for questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Joseph, for the awesome presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a couple of questions though. You spoke about product vision. So the process, is it like a voting process where the product owner obviously talks about the vision to the stakeholders and the majority votes, or I don't understand what the process is like.
Okay, so basically, let me quickly go back there so that we can. So product vision. So basically, when we look at product vision, we are looking at the how, what we want to get out of a product, right? So bringing all stakeholders into one room to have a strategy session is all about, it's not voting to say, it's all about disagreeing to agree. I don't understand. So we can have a shared unanimous vision. It's just like we coming together to agree on something. So I wouldn't say it's a voting process to say, oh, this goes, this doesn't go. There is a unified idea, and everybody is coming to deliberate on this idea to arrive at a common unanimous vision.
Okay, all right, thank you. And you also spoke about functional requirements. I didn't really get that part. I don't know if you can just like go back to the slide and just give a little explanation on that.
That is on product backlog. Yes. Okay, so this is it. So for a new product, we are looking at list of features, functional requirements. So let us break it down. When you are building a website, let's say for a beauty and spa, salon and stuff like that, and you want people to, book online, your website needs to have functional requirements, right? Number one of the functional requirements is that it has to be responsive on all devices, right? You want a situation whereby when your customer is on a laptop, she can access a direct access to your website. When your customer is on a tab, the person can also do that. When your customer is on a mobile phone, that's a functional requirement. And of course, a functional requirement can be that your customer can be able to book for a spa session on your website. Is that clear?
Yes, that is clear.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
you're welcome.
All right. I don't know if any other person have any question, but I'm done.